A bunch of officers could soon be leaving the Albuquerque Police Department.
And by a bunch, we mean a lot. We're talking 200 officers, and they could all be calling it quits and retiring between now and 2016. So right now, Mayor R.J. Berry is hoping state legislators can help with a solution. He wants them to change the law so retired officers who go back to work can get incentives.
Put them back in a police car taking calls for service with our newer officers. We save the cost of about $150,000 to train a new officer.
Mayor Berry also wants officers getting close to retirement to get paid more. That'll cost about $1 million. The mayor says that pension reforms that go into effect next year are prompting officers to retire so they can take advantage of better retirement benefits and packages. Well, the FBI is now looking into allegations that a Clovis police officer used excessive force. In August, Jorge Corona was handcuffed after Officer Brent Aguilar says he refused to show his ID. The video right there shows Aguilar slamming Corona onto the ground. There it is again in slow-mo. Two city leaders say an FBI agent requested the investigative file on the traffic stop. Corona faces a concealing his identity charge and resisting arrest. Aguilar, the officer, is on desk duty while the case is investigated.
Crime Stoppers is hoping a reward will help find the people who killed the Los Lunas man. In July, someone shot Charles Davlin off of Los Lentes Road. Authorities say he was followed from the Alceps on Highway 314. Witnesses say the victim was in a yellow Jeep. The shooter was in some sort of a 1999 Gold Ford Expedition. Police are looking for the people in that expedition. They believe one of the men goes by the name Little G. Crime Stoppers is offering a $1,000 reward for information leading to the shooter. Stealing a tip jar is pretty low, especially when the money is meant to help kids. Police in Santa Fe say that's exactly what one man did here at the Candyman Strings and Things music store last week. Check this out. Surveillance video captured the theft on tape. You can see the man as he walks in. He heads straight for the register. He hangs out for a while, eyeing the jar and pacing, even pretending to look at some merchandise. And then look at that, the owner says he ended up grabbing the jar and taking off after being there for like 45 minutes. From another camera angle, you can see the employees go after him. But this guy gets away. The store owner says less than $100 or so was taken. The money, though, meant for a scholarship fund for kids to attend a summer music camp.
But to steal something that was generously given by our customers and by our community for kids, it does not sit well with me.
Pictures of the suspect online have gone viral. Take a good look. 8,000 people have seen this post. If you know who this guy is, please call police.
Well, how about this? An FBI report now declares Española as the most dangerous city here in New Mexico. The numbers were compiled by a home security company. They show you have a 1 in 9 chance of being involved in a crime when you're in Española. In 2012, police say they saw 83 home burglaries in just 1 month. To decrease crime, police say they created a property crimes task force tracking known offenders and learning their tactics. A year later, figures show just 3 burglaries.
We just continue to battle, continue to fight the fight that we've been fighting, and I think we've gained a lot more trust from the public.
Police say something else that may have led to the increase. More people are reporting crimes. Albuquerque came in 8th on that list. Well, as mentioned, Home Security Shield took these numbers and compiled them into a list. Here's a look at the math behind the figures. Home Security Shield took the violent crimes numbers and added them to the property crimes to come up with the total number of reported crimes. That number was then divided by the population number of 1,000 to go ahead and come up with the crime rate. Liz?
A couple of burglars in Roswell got themselves in trouble after they accidentally called 911. Yeah, police say one of the victims unknowingly called on his cell phone. A dispatcher picked up the line and could hear the man talking about breaking into a home and stealing a flat-screen TV. The conversation went on for like 45 minutes with the suspects giving detailed accounts of the crime. The dispatcher traced the call and police ended up arresting these guys, 37-year-old Aaron Burrell, 30-year-old Marvin Myers, and 35-year-old Yvonne Thyberg. Turns out the house that was robbed was Thyberg's mother's home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Smart crooks there,
Yeah.
tongue-in-cheek, he said. Now, you wouldn't think so, but lint is not just a threat to our clothes, maybe see it floating around the house. It's also a really huge threat to the Carlsbad Caverns.
Yeah, we're talking about like lint, the lint on your clothes,
I don't have any
right?
lint on my
No.
clothes. Don't insinuate
So
that.
this is interesting. I didn't know this. Every year, volunteers hand pick the gunk, and it's all to preserve New Mexico's most precious landmarks, at least one of our most precious landmarks. They use everything from tweezers to paintbrushes to pick up lint that is left behind nearly 400,000 people who visit the park each year. And it's not just lint that they clean. They also clean up dead skin cells. I know it sounds gross, but they even have to clean up and pick up hair that gets stuck in the cave's walls. Now, while it sounds disgusting and tedious, volunteers say this is very necessary. If it's not cleaned up, the dust and debris can eventually change and alter the cave's formations. Listen.
This has just been a goal and a task, a loving task that I have performed for these 26 years just because I love that cavern.
Yeah, it is. It's really, yeah. Okay, but it's necessary. This is why it's important, guys. Last week, 55 pounds of lint was picked up since the 1980s or so. I think it's actually 550 pounds. We'll check on that number, but it's a lot. Nearly 500 of that lint and all that gunk is cleaned up. It's a lot. Necessary. And I didn't know that. You know, it is tight quarters in there. So when you're walking, the lint from your clothes comes off. The dead skin is what really gets me. That's anyway, necessary. Good stuff. Good to know.
Okay. I'm going to need a moment soon. But first, maybe my favorite story this morning. Friday Night Football tonight is going to be extra special for one team here in New Mexico. Players at Estancia High will be wearing custom jerseys to support their teammate's sister as they take the field against Dulce tonight. Victoria Barra lost her battle with a brain tumor last week. She was just 19 years old. Her younger brother, Carlos, right here, you see him there, he's a freshman on Estancia's JV football team. And now the school is dedicating the game to Barra. And their jerseys will all have Victoria's name on the back with a splash of her favorite color, lime green.
She always wore lime green. Like, no matter what she did, she had lime green and turquoise. That was her thing. And, you know, just to see everybody in lime green just gives a great feeling, reminding me of her.
That's great they did this. Estancia will auction off the honorary jerseys during and after the game tonight. The money will all go to Pata's family. The game is in Estancia. If you can make it, kickoff is at 7 o'clock. And if you're needing some free dental care, you may want to check out one of the state's largest free dental care events this weekend. New Mexico Mission of Mercy will have hundreds of dentists out at the Santa Ana Star Center today and tomorrow. They're starting, well, they did a few minutes ago. It's at 5:30 in the morning. It's a first come, first served basis. Dentists will offer cleanings, fillings, root canals, and more. Again, it is all free. You don't have to have insurance, anything like that. Just go